I was 7 years old, and I remember feeling like, who is inside of my body kind of observing me? Who's moving me? There is something else more happening inside. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mindy, and today I'm gonna talk about the ENFP kid. How is it like to be an ENFP kid? So you wonder, oh, was I an ENFP kid or not? That's the subject of today. And before I start, please subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up to this video, and also follow me on Instagram and buy me a coffee if you enjoy my content. Check the links below. You have all of the information for a lot of things. So let's dive in. This video is based on my experience as a kid, when I was a kid. And one first characteristic that shows up in my memories right now, it's the curiosity that was the base of my existence. I remember being maybe 4 or 5 and asking everything, the why of everything. I remember being with my mom on the streets and saying like, Mom, what does that mean? Mom, what does that person is doing that? Mom, why blah blah blah. So I was asking about the way things work, how the world is made. I wanted a lot of answers from my mother, who could not really answer me those questions, and actually I was too much. My mother is an ESTJ, so yeah, it was a bit like I was asking too much. Yeah, so I think curiosity. I remember as a kid feeling like the world was a big playground, and I believe every kid might feel that way, but it was very imaginative. All my games, I was using my imagination big time for everything, and I wanted to play all the time. I have a sister who is 1 year younger than me. She was not really into playing as much as I was, and it was always like she was the adult kid and I was the kid. Like I just wanted to be doing things, and she was like, I don't want to play now. And I remember me insisting her and me offering her to do favors for her if she would allow me to play with her. The characteristic I find here is like it's about playing a lot, yes, but it's also about playing with your imagination. Games that you play, you are in a different reality, you play, you are a different kind of entity, or a sort of humanoid, or you are like weird things I remember happening in my head. The most normal things I would play was like playing that the most regular things, like I owned a store, so we had in the backyard these lines with clothes hanging with laundry, and I remember that I used that as if that was a store, and I was the cashier, and I was like, or I was just the employee, and I was showing the things to my customer, who was my sister, but she didn't really want to play. So it was a bit like me all the time cheering her up, like, oh yes, please buy this, but she was like, I don't want to play this. Also very active, climb up trees, use the dog as if the dog was like a kid, or like using my imagination. My sister would not do any of those. If you're wondering, my sister's type, she's an ENTJ. The amount of time that I spent at just lying down in my bed, as much as I was like very active, I remember I needed to lie down in my bed in the afternoon, and I would look up just the ceiling, and I would start imagining things just for the pure sake of imagining. And I would analyze things of the sort of, who is this person looking inside of me? Like analyzing that I was more than my body lying down. I'm talking about, I was 7 years old, and I remember feeling like, who is inside of my body kind of observing me? Because how do I do actually to even talk and then move my arms? Who's moving me? There is something else more happening inside. And I remember at some point I felt scared, and I felt like I was being observed from the inside. And I went to tell my parents, but they were like, they did not understand what I was talking about. They were like, oh, okay, it's a kid thing. So I would spend a lot of time at thinking about the reality. What is the reality? What's real? What's not real? And I would make connections of the sort of, because I was raised in a Catholic family, I would make these kind of connections of, okay, maybe I'm feeling or thinking this because this is God talking or through me, and what if there is angels around me? So I would use all of these religious images or avatars in order to make up more theories on why was I experiencing what I was experiencing in my body. I remember also going out, I was very contemplative as a kid, and going out and looking at the sky full of stars. We lived outside of the city, so I had like this no pollution sky, and I would see like the stars. I would feel so small. I was 7 years old, and what the life in those planets would be like. And so if you see, it's like it's all about me thinking, making theories, and always feeling like satisfied because I was making those theories. So that was another thing I did. I had a deep feeling or understanding of spirituality. Many of you, or some of you that are watching, you are also ENFPs. I have read a book lately that explains a lot of the things that I am talking about now. So they call it Indigo Kids. So you might be familiar with the terminology. That's something that actually I would like to talk in another video if you're interested. So please leave your comments below if you want me to talk about Indigo Kids. It felt like I just knew since I was born about these different dimensions of realities, and I felt like I have had this kind of feeling of connection to something higher than me since I was a kid. Many ENFPs, they can connect also to this concept of being an indigo kid, which means that you are too evolved for the time where you're born, and then you have kind of more knowledge or more spiritual knowledge of things than the kids around you. So that's actually how it felt to me. So yeah, highly imaginative, highly playful, highly intelligent, I guess. I remember, I would read things for school and I would just hold them in my head for like very long time. I was a very good student as well, and I know many ENFPs do not connect with that of being good students, but I wasn't when I was a kid and a teenager. So yeah, that was that. I hope it helps for your own research on your own personality type, or to understand if you have an ENFP kid maybe. Yeah, some people have just a different nature and it's just amazing. Okay, till next time.